It's good to have you here with us at Somaliland National Television. You're watching the English news program with me, Mohammed Adam. Let's take a look at the main stories making headlines. Ministries of Livestock and National Planning open a training workshop amidst the EU's milk development project. Somaliland's Ministry of Foreign Affairs issues a statement over recent diplomatic meetings held between Somaliland and Kenyan diplomats. South Korean Prime Minister resigns over ferry disaster. Officials of the Ministries of Livestock and National Planning opened a 10-day training workshop for a number of individuals in the midst of cooperative efforts by the European Union and the government of Somaliland, aimed to enhance the quality of livestock milk in Somaliland. Improvement of livestock milk is the aim of a cooperative project by the European Union and Somaliland's Ministry of Livestock, with the ultimate objective of offering sterilized milk with reliable quality, due to the increasing population in the main cities, which can otherwise increase the need for sufficient livestock milk. Director General of the Ministry of Planning and National Development, Abdirashid Ahmed Guled, speaking on the need of sufficient and sterilized livestock milk, pointed out the necessity of acquiring milk products with reliable quality and adequacy to help serve the increasing population throughout the cities of Somaliland. The director reiterated that it is a necessity to increase the quality of livestock milk through ensuring that milk was sterilized from milking to the marketing processes. The manager of the Milk Development Project, Ahmed Mohammed Jama, elaborated on the achievements made since the Ministry of Livestock and the EU began canvassing support and funds for this project. He stated that the training workshop is sought to play an integral part in helping increase the quality of livestock milk and will eventually guide the way through making sure that all Somaliland citizens have access to low-priced livestock milk with improved quality. Other keynote speakers at the event frequently reiterated the necessity of livestock milk throughout the districts and regions of Somaliland, and the need of making sure that milk suppliers provide sterilized and quality milk to the clienteles. The training workshop is expected to continue a duration of 10 days. It is sought to play a major role in increasing the quality and quantity of livestock milk being supplied to the markets throughout Somaliland due to the increasing consumption of milk by the citizens. The Minister of Environment and Rural Development, accompanied by the Director General and members of the ministry staff, collectively commended the President of Somaliland for shifting the ministry services into a newly built compound.
Somaliland Minister of Environment and Rural Development, together with the ministry staff, sent appreciation to the President of Somaliland, Ahmed Mohammed Mahmoud Silanyo, and the First Lady, Amina Wiris. His gratitude was following after the President of Somaliland cut the ribbon of a new building for the Ministry of Environment and Rural Development on behalf of his care and contribution to the environment of Somaliland. Somaliland Minister of Environment and Rural Development, Shukri Haj Ismail Bandere, opened the event by expressing her gratitude toward the President of Somaliland and the First Lady. The minister also pointed out the importance of environment and responsibility which are expected from the people of Somaliland on the sustainability of the environment. The Director General of Somaliland Minister of Environment and Rural Development, with the staff of the ministry, conclusively showed the appreciation toward the President of Somaliland, Ahmed Mohammed Mahmoud Silanyo, and the Minister of Environment and Rural Development, Shukri Bandere.
Somaliland's Ministry of Foreign Affairs issued a statement over recent diplomatic meetings held between Kenyan diplomats and officials of Somaliland's Ministry of Foreign Affairs, which occurred in the capital city of Somaliland, Hargeisa. The spokesman of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Ahmed Hassan Soudi, speaking to the press at a press conference held at the ministry headquarters, informed the press about the arrival of Kenyan diplomats who held meetings with officials of the Somaliland Ministry of Foreign Affairs. The spokesman confirmed that the results of the meeting were successful, and diplomats of both nations agreed on several issues, including opening the Kenyan consulate in the Somaliland capital, Hargeisa. The spokesman, speaking on the strengthening diplomatic ties between Somaliland and Kenya, stated that meetings were focused on further strengthening the cooperation amongst the two nations toward diplomatic friendship and transactions. However, the Kenyan government is expected to open its consulate in the capital city of Somaliland, Hargeisa, to serve and interact with the needs of the Kenyan nationals in Somaliland. A meeting was held discussing ways of strengthening collaboration between the Ethiopian Somali nationals residing in Norway.
This meeting's main objective was to appoint a committee responsible of this community in Norway, a committee that leads this community and assists them obtain their goals in terms of education, security, or any further needs which should be met. On the other hand, this meeting discussed the generation of a strong relation between the Ethiopian Somali community in Norway and the Ethiopian embassy, as well as the significance of the participation of this community into an upcoming meeting designed to discuss such issues of concern to the Ethiopian Somali community in Oslo. During the meeting, the chairman of the Somali Autonomous Region in Ethiopia has participated through a phone call, conveying a message sent to the attendees of this meeting by the administration of the Somali Autonomous Region in Ethiopia, urging the Ethiopian Somali community in Norway to invest in their areas of origin back home, to assist their people and help elevate the lives of Ethiopian Somalis back in Ethiopia.
Sararis Regional Coordinator of the Ministry of Environment and Rural Development held a press conference discussing issues relating to the efforts by the ministry to curtail anti-environment activities.
The regional coordinator also spoke about the droughts witnessed in some districts in Sarar region and called on all Somalilanders and the government of Somaliland as well to provide the necessary assistance to the residents of these districts, pointing out that droughts are jeopardizing the lives of their livestock due to lack of water and growing grass. Ministry of Environment's regional coordinator also pointed out the underlying necessity of helping our people get through the drought until the rain is finally here, and said that it's a moral obligation to stand hand in hand with our less fortunate individuals and anyone who's facing a dire condition as such. Mohammed Shama Isa continued praising the dedication of the Ministry of Environment and the Director General of the Ministry for the great efforts, besides the fruitful campaigns they continue in embarking to preserve the environment. The regional coordinator, in conclusion, stressed on the importance of preserving grazing lands and to obtain legal farms instead of stealing from the people and from the country.
You're still tuned into the English news program on SLN TV. And now for the main international headlines in detail. The South Korean Prime Minister resigned on Sunday over the government's handling of the ferry which sank with more than 300 people on board. Shang Hong-won said he did not want to be a burden on the administration. Relatives had criticized the slowness of the recovery operation. On Saturday, 4 more crew members were arrested, bringing the total to 15. They were accused of negligence and failing to help passengers when the boat went down on April 16. One of the helmsmen, Oh Young-seok, made a public apology. "I'm very sorry to the relatives of the victims. In that, I wasn't able to do all my duties as one of the crew members," he said. Divers have recovered 187 bodies so far, and 115 people are still missing, feared dead. Most of the victims were students from one high school in the town of Ansan in the south of Seoul. More than 100 divers are working to rescue those missing. Efforts are being hampered by strong tidal currents and murky water conditions in which divers can barely see in front of them. The self-declared mayor of Sloviansk has said that captured members of the Organization for Security and Cooperation in Europe, OSCE, would be used as a bargaining tool. The international military verification team, led by 4 German nationals, was detained near the city on Friday. You understand, captives have always been an exchange currency during times of military conflict. It is an international practice to exchange prisoners of war. There's nothing terrible about that, said Vyacheslav Promonerev. Germany is trying to find a way to negotiate their freedom and has been asking Russia for support. German Foreign Minister Frank-Walter Steinmeier said on Saturday, "I talked to the Swiss president, who is also currently the chairperson of OSCE, and I talked to the president of Ukraine, and lastly with the Russian foreign minister. I'm very pleased that all 3 offered full support." That's it for this edition of the English News Program. Thank you very much for being with us. You can join us at the same time tomorrow.